Good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Well, it's on the other UPS truck. He wouldn't have lied. Junkyard, you got to have a little faith in humanity. There we go. I don't know if you want or not. Probably. Oh. I did. I went out there today and I got that engine off that rototiller. Um, I was wrong. You're going to hear it here first. I Iron Dog 63 was wrong. I made a mistake. Um, I said that engine was stuck. That was on that rototiller. Uh, you got your left hand bolt today? It wasn't stuck. What was stuck was the pulleys. They were stuck to the belts were stuck to the pulleys. Um, I am going to investigate it a little bit further. The gas tank is full of water, so I can rock it back and forth the crank. So I didn't go all the way over because I didn't want to risk getting a bunch of water in the engine if it didn't have any in it. So you've been there, yeah. You was wrong once too. So I'm gonna I'm gonna dump all the gas off out of the gas tank, take it off. Um, I'm gonna pull the head off, and I'm gonna check it, um, see what it looks like inside. If it looks good, I will probably put the head back on and check it for spark, see if it's got any spark. If it does have any spark, and then I will see if it'll fire. If it'll fire, then that is something that I'll probably uh, actually invest some time and a little bit of money into to get the original engine running. So sticky belts, yeah, yeah, they were stuck to it. I'm gonna have to buy new belts. At least I'm gonna have to buy new belts. It's gonna. Hopefully I can have this um, by the end of the week, next week, be all done. Um, I'll grab the engine, put it up on a stand, and start working on that. Now it probably has a 25-pound cast iron weight on the front of that tiller. Yeah, we'll see. That's right. um, I was unbolting the engine, and I come down my last bolt, and I no more and got my little fingers out of the way, and she dropped like a rock. So, ooh, glad my hands weren't in the way. No. I WD-40'd all the linkages and stuff. There's a couple of stuck levers. I'm trying to get those work free. But once I'm done and I get it running, it'll be a nice little rototiller, especially for what I have into it. Because you know I'm a big spender. It costs more for the can of WD-40 than what I got into the rototiller. And I have to take the cover off the engine because I got to check off in the old one because it does have a housing for electric start. There's no starter there, but the housing's there. So if it is electric start, that's even a plus. You sent me some tomato pics. Huh. Oh, that's a nice mater. And some nice onions. Oh, you're just a farmer extraordinaire, aren't you? Hmm. So, anybody do anything interesting today? Yeah, you should hydroponic them as much water as you got. It was it it was like 74 degrees today or something like that. Our bedroom is way hotter than the rest of the house for some reason. That's where all the action is, every night, big boy, every night. So I like to die in that bedroom last night. It was so damn hot. Fans are going, you know. I couldn't rest because it was too warm in there. That's right. A little work, take a break, take some more breaks, and then a little more work. Hey, Johnny Shoes, you old snuggle bunny, you. Hi. Tenny. Happy birthday, Tenny. Did you get the message? Today's Tenny's birthday. You're welcome. I sing happy birthday to Tenny. And then Kathy said, whose birthday is it? I said, Tenny's. She said, you should have sang it Snuggle Bunny. So I redid it, Snuggle Bunny. You're in the shade? You know what they say, Junkyard? Work, work, work. Off your ass and on your feet. Out of the shade and into the heat. I'm glad it's been a good birthday. 29 candles. I know. Kenny was going to go with the 16 candles, movie theme, but she didn't want to do that because it was jailbait. Mm. Well, I'm glad you had a good birthday. I wonder if I could get one of my grandkids to walk me out a couple of Tylenol. That would be nice. Good evening, Rosanna, Dana, Dana, Anna, Roseanne, Dana. Anna, nice of you to make it. You're looking lovely as ever. Thank you. How did you know I needed these? Oh. Huh. Yeah, I got to straighten them out. Yeah. Oh, get your mind out of the gutter. I'm just rubbing the backside of my kneecap. Anyways, got up around 1:30 this morning, and it was hot. So I don't have the air conditioners in the windows yet. The mobile air conditioners, whatever you want to call them. So I got a window fan in the kitchen. I turned that on high, and it was cool air coming in because it was like 62 degrees or whatever. But I had that cool air coming in the house. I put a fan just on the other side of the kitchen door into the kitchen opening, into the uh, dining room opening. And I turned the fan on there and had the air blowing towards the bedroom and the living room. Well, when I woke up at 5:30 this morning, it was comfortable in the bedroom. I didn't want to get up, but you know, if I laid in bed all day, nothing would get done. So, well, hello, Kathy. You're looking lovely as ever today. She did have an awesome birthday because I sang happy birthday to her. Yeah. What more could you ask for? Yeah, I didn't know it, but evidently it must be legal to ride mini bikes up and down the city streets nowadays. You know, because they do it all day long. The guy across the street, where the condemned house used to be, he was over there today mowing the lawn. I thought, well, hell, I figured he'd already give that property up for, the back demolition because it was 20 some $1,000 to tear down the house. But he was over there mowing the lawn, so either he paid to have the demolition, paid the bill on that. I think he's trying to pretty up the property so he can either sell it, which I don't think he's going to make enough money to pay back the demolition, or I think he's a builder by trade. He owns a building company. Uh, he actually builds nice houses when he builds them for customers. He might be building a house there to sell. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, Wisconsin, Greg. Yeah, two-story rental duplex. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'll be my lucky to put five, house trailers there. Yeah. Uh, that's another thing. I didn't think house trailers were allowed in the city of Adrian. You know, uh, yet I was proven wrong. A few months ago, somebody planted a house trailer right in one of the lots. That's right. Call it two side by side. You call it double wide. There's my king of the bark queen. Yeah, yeah, that'd raise the taxes. Yeah. My taxes should have went down being they tore down the school, but oh no, they didn't go down. Yeah. Our daughter, she's going to Ship Salina tomorrow morning. Her and her husband, I guess. They're going to the bulk store down there. Um, I should have him pick me up some white pepper again. Last time they were down there and did that, they picked me up 10 bottles. I think I'm down to my last two. Because you can't find it here, and if you can, it's like $6 a bottle. That and have her get some black peppercorns. And maybe some white peppercorns if they have them. So we got them electric, grinders, pepper grinders. I love fresh ground black pepper. There's a hell of a difference between that and regular pepper. Oh, here it comes again. And I'm sure he's got headlights and everything else on that vehicle too. For those keeping track, Cody graduates Sunday. I know, I know. I can't believe it either. Yeah, he is. Yeah. Can't believe he's that old and graduating. Oh, by the way, thank you for the Tylenol. Oh, you got ad coming up, 53 seconds. Cap, I just seen that. She requested me to sing Happy Birthday to her. Yeah. No, he's got a couple of job offers out there for construction. He was he took building trades for the last couple of years at Votech. So, in the Navy. He's gonna put screen doors on submarines. Had some bad weather out east, and they're gonna get some bad weather tomorrow, tonight and tomorrow. So if you're out east, be careful. The Philadelphia area tomorrow, tonight and tomorrow is gonna get it. Around that general area, Washington D.C., West Virginia. North Kakalaki. A good big storms coming through. Yeah, be cooler with them doors. That's right. 50 years ago, you could leave your house, you know, the door open and the screen door shut all night long, not have to worry about anything. Now, you leave your door open and the screen door, shut. You might wake up with company in your house in the morning or in the middle of the night. You still can, unless the person that's out there to see you in the middle of the night has run out of gas. Hmm. Help yourself. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we need to make a phone call. Might as well. Ain't no sense of wasting that line that they brought out here 40 mile. Yeah, that's right. Ventilate it for the effect. Kathy wants oatmeal tomorrow morning for breakfast. Real oatmeal. So I'm making her, it's rolled oatmeal. It's not the steel cut, but that's what she wants tomorrow morning for breakfast. Um, Her mom used to ask me all the time to make her oatmeal for breakfast, but she absolutely likes the way I make oatmeal. So, and then I like putting butter and dark brown sugar with mine, and maybe a splash of milk. Sort of like boiling eggs, right? And then you make some toast. So, and you butter it, and then you take that and make yourself an oatmeal sandwich. You ain't never had an oatmeal sandwich, you don't know what you're missing. I don't know. You don't know what you're missing. Yeah. Take yourself a slice of toast, hold it in one hand, spoonful of that oatmeal in there, fold it over, and you got yourself a sandwich. If you got any milk in the, in the bowl, dip her just a little bit. You know, it'd be like a French dip from Arby's. Right, slow cooked porridge style. Don't like it, so thick that you could stick a jackhammer in it and it won't fall over. I make it to where it's in between thick and pliable. That's right. You can eat yourself an oatmeal sandwich on the run. Now, if you put enough milk with that, you can pour it into a cup or a glass, and you can have breakfast on the run. Radish mayo sandwiches. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah, meatless vegan Sammy. Well, it wouldn't be not with mayo unless you got that vegan mayo. Something about the eggs the vegans don't like. I don't know. That's right. We used to have jam sandwiches. We take two pieces of bread and jam them together. Jam sandwiches. Now, when I was a kid, our neighbor, he would tell us he grew up in the Depression, and when they went to school, they had lunch buckets, which are pails, and their mother would pack them. They'd get an apple and some homemade crackers or something like that, and then a lard sandwich. They would render their own, bacon grease or whatever, and she would spread that out on a slice of bread and put salt and pepper on it and onions, if the kids liked onions. And then she would put that, wrap it up with wax paper. When they were done with lunch, they brought the wax paper home again, and she would, rinse it off with a wet, damp cloth, and she would use it the next day. He said, I bet that wax paper probably made 40 sandwiches before it was, any good no more. There you go, sweetened condensed milk. Rubber biscuit. Yeah, take that, them blueberries, freeze it. Freeze them blueberries, freeze them up tight. Then take a couple cans of that, you know, um, sweet condensed milk, pour it in a blender, and then pour you about 5 pounds or so of them blueberries in there with just a pinch of salt and some sugar, and make yourself some blueberry ice cream. You probably won't have to put any sugar in it with the sweetened condensed milk. I do. I make ice cream with strawberries and bananas, frozen strawberries and bananas, and regular vitamin D milk, and it's pretty tasty. I do add sugar to that because I'm not using the sweetened condensed milk. But oh, you might like it. You might like that blueberry ice cream. I was at the store the other day and I couldn't find it. Blueberry Special K. They didn't have any. I was needing me a box of that. Yeah, I like black cherry ice cream too, but I couldn't find any of that when I was at the store the other day either. I ended up getting salted caramel, and that was pretty good. On Blueberry Hill. Right. That's Domino. It's not bad. Kind of pricey, but it's not bad. I got Walmart ice cream. Well, that's cheaper than the Walmart ice cream, I think. Hey, Jerry. Um, the ice cream store that's about 10 blocks from here, I guess. They have you can buy pints of ice cream, and it's usually the flavor of the week or whatever. And if they don't have any, they'll make you a pint of ice cream, any flavor. I love peppermint ice cream, but you can't find it. And the best time to eat that's during Christmas. So the dogs are rabbit watching. Well, you can get a pint for like $2.43 there at the or 2.50. I don't know. I can't remember. It's not much. So it's a lot cheaper than buying the ice cream. If you buy a turtle or uh, banana split or something. I'd rather buy all the grandkids a pint of ice cream or whatever and have them just go at it. I know they're just hoping they show up a little bit closer. Come a little bit closer. We had a rabbit right over here on the other side of the window right there, and it was laying there for a few days. Um, When you go out there, it would be there, and then it would take off running. I thought that she was gonna, have some babies there, but there's nothing there. She didn't have them evidently, or she moved someplace else, or a raccoon got her or something. Maybe you need to get faster. Maybe you need to get faster dogs or slower rabbits. Yeah, and the rabbit will be right behind him, looking at him like, "Hey, I'm over here. Catch me if you can." Them rabbits are fast. Just ask them greyhounds at the dog track. Oh, I bet hungry is hungry. I just had Gretchen throw a couple of loaves of stale bread across the street for the birds and the chipmunks or the squirrels and stuff. Like a kid eating pizza, yeah. Probably was starving, you know, worked up an appetite. I seen some mallards the other day walking down the street. Kathy was at the bus stop the other day waiting for the kids to take, let them get off to school. And a doe went running right down the street, right through the intersection. Now we live in the city. We are in the city. And then that night, I was going to the store, and over here by the fairgrounds, there sat four of them, a buck and three does, in this grass lot next to the fairgrounds. They were just sitting there eating like ain't nobody's business. Junkyard, now's the time to start getting them fattened up. You know, start putting salt licks out there, and put some straw. Put some hay out there with some honey and some oats. You know, just a little. Get yourself some carrots and throw out there. Put a few pounds on them. Well, how can they? Well, them ducks. The damn ducks are eating it. There you go. you know, a good venison tenderloin is really delicious. Get yourself some tenderloins, back straps, get some steaks, a couple of roasts, and then hamburger, deer burger. You know, cut up some of it for stew meat. You know, venison chops. Yeah. Oh, they do. Besides wild boar, feral hogs. There you go. There you go. With a good heater. Get you one of them propane heaters and put in there. Tint the windows, so you can see out, but you can't see in. And just sit there with a coffee pot, some saltine crackers, and some cheese, and just wait. You know, Maybe a few cherry tomatoes, some grapes, banana, little horsey daver plate. For you people that aren't astute like I am, horsey daver is hors d'oeuvres. Horsey davers. Yeah, I'll pass on the deer brain. There you go. Well, you can get yourself one of them, propane stoves and put in there. You only need one seat in there. Pull the rest of them out, and then you can have yourself a little, you know, a lounge chair in there, so you can actually lay back down and take a nap while you're waiting for them to show up. Could you turn that fan on low for me, please?
Yeah. Don't you do something for yourself?
I do all the time.
When?
I do every day. I do.
Roger, bring me down every now. Hey, Roger.
Hold on, people.
Yeah. Turn that light on the other side of the garage.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be shut off.
Yeah. Harley, bring me water.
But I'm too tired doing everything else.
What do you do?
Everything.
Uh-huh.
I'm your slave and your beck and call. Whatever you need, I get it done.
I have kids and grandkids that can say absolutely.
Who are you gonna believe, me or the Mayan kids and grandkids?
All of them. Sure, you.
Thank you. I didn't know that was gonna kill you.
Would it kill you?
Well, I was thinking about it the last 20 minutes about getting up and doing it. I knew sooner or later I'd get somebody in here to get it done for me.
That would be after not getting no sleep and hear you cry all night.
I know. See all the crap I gotta put up with? Yeah. See? Anyways, get yourself a lounge chair back here inside that. And a TV tray so you can put on you can have your horsey daver tray there. Make sure you get yourself one of them. Get yourself a crutch and saw it off so it's just door sill high, window sill high. That way you can put you don't have to expend any energy. Just put the rifle or the shotgun right on that crutch and just point it in the direction you want to shoot and then pull the trigger. Now that'd be living. I know you're sitting there thinking, man, that guy's got it down pat. Yeah. Well, I'll let you on a little secret. I have one of them, you know, deer blinds. We call it the candy van. Yeah, $2,000 or something like that, just to hunt a dumb animal. Yeah. Oh, by the way, today is Matt Nixon's birthday. You know Matt. Matt and Tara. Yeah, he's 44. 44. Christ, I got blue jeans older than him. Yeah, I've been road hunting a couple of times. I haven't seen Matt or Terry even in a long time. Excuse me. Oh man. Um, I think the song says, "In the light of the moon on the 6th of June in a Kenworth hauling hogs. Cab over Pete with a reaper on and Jimmy hauling logs." Midnight, that's right. Let's see. GW call. Convoy. You got a copy, Pigpen? Con? Yep. 10-4, Pigpen for sure, for sure. Yep, on the dark of the moon on the 6th of June in a Kenworth pulling logs. Cab over Pete with a reaper on and a Jimmy hauling hogs. Yeah, I haven't seen him either. You're welcome, Tammy. You're welcome. All right, everybody, it's time for me to get out of here. Y'all have a great night. God bless. Take care. Prayers and peace. And I will see you Sunday night if all goes well. Have a blessed night, everybody. Take care.